Hello, I'm Lady Aska, and today I want to talk about how you can become a VTuber. You can skip to the part that interests you the most using the set timestamps. So what do you actually need to become a VTuber? Honestly, not that much to get you started. You should have a microphone, that is mandatory, and a decent PC, especially if you think about streaming or creating YouTube content. An upgrade would be a good webcam or an iPhone for face tracking, but you don't have to have that. You need OBS Studio or Streamlabs OBS, and then it's up to you which kind of avatar you want to use and how much resources you have available or how much you want to invest in it overall. But let's say you just want to try it out and you want some free options. Then the best place to start would be with Vroid Studio or a website like ReadyPlayerMe and a tracking software like VSeeFace or VMagicMirror, for example. These are all free to use, and I will link them down in the description. Vroid Studio lets you create your own 3D character. The software is easy to use since it's basically working like a character creator in a game. And if you invest a bit more time into the program, you can really bring your own characters to life. The only downside may be that it's more targeted towards anime style in general. There are also free assets available that you can use like hairstyles, clothes, and accessories, which can be downloaded in an online store called booth.pm. The site has an English interface, but a lot of the Vroid content may come from Japan, so you may not understand all the descriptions properly. If you type in Vroid in the search bar and set the price range to 0, you get access to all the free available assets. But even the ones that cost money are usually super affordable. You'll need PayPal or an international credit card to shop there. You will find everything you need to get your avatar dressed to impress. Just be aware of the copyright that comes with the assets. Most are listed on the creator's website or under the item description itself. While many creators allow you to use them for your personal VTube avatars, even if you make money with them, they don't allow you to redistribute them or market them as your own. Some creators want to be credited, for others it's an option. Just be aware of that fact while you shop around. Importing these assets then in Vroid Studio has a little learning curve to it. But I will post tutorials about that in the future, and there are wonderful tutorials here on YouTube as well that can teach you more about it. The positive point about this program is that it exports your avatar already into a .vim file, the standard used in tracking software. While websites like ReadyPlayerMe would require you to know how to transform the created .glb file into a .vim file first. And that can be a bit intimidating for someone in the beginning. The somewhat positive part about ReadyPlayerMe is that it goes away from the traditional VTuber anime style look, if you really want to go for a different type of avatar. Since I know not everyone likes the anime aesthetic, so this may be a valid option for you. I say somewhat because you will still be in pretty new waters with going away from the traditional. But remember, that also means less competition. VSeeFace. Let's say you created your first model and exported into a .vim. Then it's time to start up VSeeFace. For the record, VSeeFace is just one software for facial and movement tracking. There are others available too, like Lapid or VMagicMirror and Wakaru, to just name a few. The coolest thing about VTubing is probably how we have motion tracking at our fingertips nowadays. And with more money at hand, you can even do full body tracking. To give a virtual dance performance, for example. But let's say you just started out. Both VSeeFace and VMagicMirror don't even require you to use a webcam. But if you have one available, VSeeFace will be able to track your face and mimic pre-made expressions onto your avatar, so you can interact more with your audience. It can't track your hand movement by itself though. If you want to get more seriously into VTubing, you can purchase a little gadget called Leap Motion Controller, which, paired with VSeeFace, allows for hand tracking as well. While the face tracking with VSeeFace and the webcam is pretty okay already, if you happen to have an iPhone with Face ID, you can do even better, more realistic face tracking. It's honestly really amazing what's possible. VSeeFace uses your audio input for mouth tracking by default, so keep that in mind while you play around with it. The simple face tracking, when enabled, is done by tracking 2 states of your mouth, neutral and smiling, and tracking 3 states of your eyebrows, neutral, upwards, which triggers a shocked expression, and downwards, which triggers an angry expression. For all of these, you can use a webcam or set them to your key on your keyboard. The webcam-free version will only translate your audio into mouth movement, while your character will be static otherwise, or respond to the expressions you set on your keyboard, no body movement. But you can enable auto blink in the general settings, so your avatar blinks once in a while you talk. The positive part about VSeeFace is that it's a pretty versatile program. It works with or without webcam, you can add hand tracking if you got the Leap Motion controller, and you can make use of the iPhone Face ID feature for better mouth and expression tracking up front, and all of this for free. For everyone that still wants to have a bit more movement with their avatar despite not having a webcam, I highly recommend VMagicMirror. Your avatar will move softly while your audio creates the mouth movement. It just looks a bit more natural. Syafire here on YouTube has a wonderful tutorial for it on how to set it up quickly. The free version also offers compatibility with the iPhone app iFacial Mocap, but no hand tracking. To unlock hand tracking, you would have to invest around $25 for the paid program, just as a heads up, and have a webcam and good lighting. From what I can tell so far, the hand tracking is not very accurate, but you can test it out before making a decision. You can also set keywords or triggers for certain emotions, like in VSeeFace if your avatar has the blend shapes for that. Blend shapes are presets for expressions. Your Vroid avatar will come with a few already pre-made, so you don't have to worry about that. If you like the content so far, think about subscribing to see future videos. Now let's move on to cover the rest to get you live. So what kind of PC would you need? This is the part that most probably wonder about. What kind of PC would I need to run all this magic? Let's make this one short and sweet. I would suggest the following setup as a starting point, counting in that you maybe want to stream later on too. For the processor, an Intel Core i5 8400, 16 GB of RAM, and for the graphics card, a Geforce GTX 1060 as a starting point. Me and a friend are running the setup without a problem, so I can safely recommend it. You can stream and VTube with less than that, but that comes usually at the cost of performance or quality of your avatar. If you want to run Vroid Studio and play around with it, you don't even need any good equipment or a good PC. And they also offer a mobile app. To run VSeeFace, they only recommend to have a DirectX compatible graphics card and a 64-bit CPU, but apparently no one tested it yet with different configurations to set a minimum or recommended standard. It sadly also doesn't run on Mac, sorry Mac users, but it seems there is a workaround for Linux users using Wine. VMagicMirror claims that they have no minimum requirements, but they recommend a middle-class PC. You should be good with the mentioned setup. If you are using your iPhone to do the face tracking for you, it will also reduce your CPU usage, as the work is done by your phone and not by the computer. They state though that you have to have a very good network communication between your iPhone and your PC, so the information gets transferred with minimal delay. A good internet connection with stable upload and download speed is also a requirement for streaming and to upload your videos to YouTube, so you should make sure that you have that also available if you plan to go live with your avatar. The iPhone communication will take some of your internet speed to function correctly, and that's why you should take that all with a grain of salt. You will have better face tracking through your iPhone, but you will also need a really good internet connection to stream and use this feature at the same time. So keep that in mind and make the choice that is the best for your setup. Otherwise, it can cause lags while streaming, and it won't be as pleasant experience for you or your viewers. Using OBS or Slubs to record your avatar. You got it all set up, you got your avatar, you got VSeeFace or VMagicMirror running, and all that's missing is to get your avatar somewhere where you can record it or stream with it. A good way to do it is to open OBS or Slubs while VSeeFace or your software of choice is running in the background and set up a new game capture. With that, you capture the software in a specific window, and don't forget to set the transparency option on, so it looks like your VTube avatar is using a green screen. Now you can use OBS to record your avatar with their included record option. You can record it maybe while you also capture a game or a software you want to make a tutorial for. Don't forget to set up your microphone and audio output for the other content you are using, and you're ready to go. Or you just hit stream and go live on your own channel. Tutorials on how to set up OBS for streaming in general are all over YouTube, so you should have no trouble finding it. If you have any questions or requests, feel free to put them in the comment section below. See you guys in the next one. Hope you have a wonderful day.